Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's discussion. Today, we will be exploring visionary thinking. This presentation was created by Yolanda Trevino, Javon Best, and Destiny Thompson. Through this presentation, we will explain the critical role that visionary thinking plays in the creative problem-solving process, as well as identify the appropriate tools to aid in visionary thinking. A great place to start this conversation is with a quote by the famous philosopher Jonathan Swift, which simply states that vision is the art of seeing things invisible. This quote really supports what the text defines visionary thinking is, which is simply the ability to articulate a vivid image of what you desire to create. So tying back to that quote, Swift said it's seeing things that are invisible, and the text really just filled in that gap of whatever the organization wants it to be. So the world is their oyster, so to speak. So why is having a vision so important? The vision serves as a starting point whenever the direction of where to go is unclear. If you want to think about it, it's that North Star shining bright up for an organization to determine where should we focus, especially when you're dealing with a broad subject. So it doesn't have to be a vision just for the entire organization. It could just be a vision for a particular project that you're looking to execute. Having a vision really opens up the window to the future opportunity. So whenever you have a vivid and a clear vision, then you're able to really shoot for the moon, so to speak. And when you have that freedom, then you are really opening up the doors to create success within an organization. So it allows the doors for innovation to happen. It allows for an organization to be creative and proactive. And it allows that organization to anticipate what's coming next. So they're able to, with visionary thinking, identify those opportunities and obstacles that may stand in their way. So it is very important for a leader to be skilled at visionary thinking. Whenever a leader is able to do so, they are able to recognize and be a part of those future opportunities that may be present, as well as they're able to push their team towards reaching meaningful goals. And whenever a leader is able to effectively articulate a vision, then they create sense and purpose for an organization. So it takes and allows the individuals to really know the work that they're doing has meaning. And whenever you are able to, as a leader, to effectively engage visionary thinking, then you allow others to begin to forward think and really help bring to life what that vision really should be. And this is a starting point to initiate change. It will allow an organization to be innovative. It will open the doors for that creativity. And when a leader is able to articulately describe that vision, it should energize and inspire individuals into action. So I know at this point you're wondering, wow, how can I become more of a visionary leader? And the simple answer to that is to dream big. So if you've ever read the Good to Great book, then you have heard the term big, hairy, audacious goals. The text also highlighted that whenever a leader is able to dream about that big, hairy, audacious goal, then they are able to really begin to push an organization to the next level. In Good to Great, the authors highlighted those organizations that were leading the industries. It was because they had those big, hairy, audacious goals. In a TED Talk completed by Zandon, he said that the key for the visionary leaders were that they were able to speak about the future in that present tense. So they weren't talking about some big, hairy, audacious goal that was going to happen one day. No, let's talk about it as if it's happening right now. In addition to that, they are able to clearly articulate that vision. So they are masters of communication. And then also they are painting that picture very vividly. So whenever a leader is dreaming big, they are propelling visionary thinking within an organization, as well as they're helping others to imagine that goal, whatever that invisible space that Swift talked about earlier, within that organization. So a really cool example of visionary thinking in work or dreaming in work is with the director and creator James Cameron. A really good quote from an interview that he had with Oprah Winfrey is, "It's a matter of being prepared, knowing what you want, and moving towards it." So not only did James Cameron do really great things at being a visionary and dreaming big, but he also recognized it's more to that than just dreaming about it. You got to take the necessary steps. So how does visionary thinking and dreaming fit into the larger concept of that creative problem-solving model? And it's the very first step. So it fits right into that clarification stage. And then it's the very first step in clarification, which is exploring the vision. So you can't do anything else within this model without being able to explore your vision. And the best way to be effective at visionary thinking is to utilize the affective skill of dreaming. So we will go a little bit deeper into the tools that will help facilitate creating or exploring the vision. So there are several tools that the text highlighted in regards to exploring the vision: the divergent tools, which are wishful thinking and storyboarding, and the convergent tool of success zone. In this presentation, we will only cover the divergent tools because that convergent tool, success zone, will be covered in the actual recording for the lecture for this week. So we will only cover the divergent tools, but no need to worry, we will explore all of them in this week's discussion board. So we'll start off with wishful thinking. As we stated previously, wishful thinking is a divergent thinking tool, and it allows individuals in the group to explore the possibilities, and it really enables them to think broadly about what they are hoping to do. So as a facilitator, a really great way to use this wishful thinking activity is to use phrases like, wouldn't it be nice if, and allowing the participants to fill in the gap. So example of that could be, wouldn't it be nice if we could be the leading of innovation within the finance industry? Wouldn't it be nice if we could be the go-to company when clients thought of service? Wouldn't it be nice if we could insert whatever big, hairy, audacious goal that the participants in that group could create, and let them know as a facilitator that the sky is the limit. Another alternative to utilizing this tool is to explore what are some things that we don't want to happen, because everybody is not able to think about the future in this big fancy way. So let's think about the things that we don't want to happen. So wouldn't it be awful if this organization had to close? Wouldn't it be awful that when people talked about service that our organization never came up? So this is still whether you use would it be great or wouldn't it be awful, it's a really great tool to get everyone to dream about what they were hoping to accomplish. Another tool to help facilitate that visionary thinking or to influence others to begin to dream is with the tool storyboarding. Similar to wouldn't it be awesome is that it allows the participants to really communicate a vision of what they would like to create. The difference would be is that they are going to, through words or pictures, really map out what is that going to look like. So starting with where we are today and going all the way to the very end, mapping out what would it look like to achieve the goals that they are looking to accomplish. The text recommended that there should be no more than 6 to 8 slides whenever you're doing the storyboarding, just so that they are able to not be overwhelmed by all of the different pictures, but then it allows them to create a succinct way of creating that future. So starting with where we are today and then ending up with what the text highlighted as visionary thinking, the desired future, and then using the Swift quote, I think is a really great point here, to fill in the invisible with whatever the participants create. So those are two really great tools to facilitate visionary thinking. And here are some key takeaways that will help to continue to further the conversation of visionary thinking. So finally, we wanted to share with you the references for this section. It has a link to some of the things that we found very helpful whenever we began to explore visionary thinking, including the James Cameron interview, in addition to the TED Talk and several other tools or references that will really help foster the conversation on visionary thinking. So thank you so much for your time, and we are looking forward to all of your thoughts. And thank you again. Looking forward to chatting with you.